Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today is kind of like a two-in-one. It is a full face of first impressions on a bunch of new products that I grabbed, and it is also a requested eye look. And this was a picture someone sent to me off of Snapchat. So I screenshotted it, of course. I'm sure they got the notification. Puffin's wife screenshotted your Snapchat. But I needed it. I needed to see this eye look. So this is what they wanted to see, and I figured, you know what? I've never tried any Chanel products. I would really like to try them, so I grabbed them. I was like, you know what? Why not? So it is a requested eye look, and then it is also a bunch of first impressions. I have everything from that Chanel stuff to the new Urban Decay All-Nighter Foundation. I also have the powder everybody keeps asking about. So if you want to see my thoughts on the new stuff and then a tutorial on this, just keep watching. Okay, so I have two things to start off with. The foundation everyone's been talking about here recently is the All-Nighter Liquid Foundation from Urban Decay. This is supposed to be a full coverage foundation. It's supposed to last all night long. So the packaging is gorgeous. I got the shade 3. It's probably more like my actual skin tone than it is gonna match the rest of my body, but number 4 was like mustard and like a green tinge on me, so I just went with the safe bet and I will just bronze myself up. So I'm going to shake this because it says to shake it well, and I'm going to put it on my Petri dish. So apparently this is supposed to have light diffusing pigments in it. A little is supposed to go a long way, and it's also supposed to help absorb oil. So we'll see how it does on my combo skin. So I'm going to apply one side with a beauty blender, and then this is the second thing I have to review. This is the Artis number Oval 7 brush. I can't get away from this on the internet, and I like my Oval 6 from MAC, but this one's bigger, so we're going to try this out on one side as well. So I'm actually going to start off with this because I'm kind of excited to try it. So I just got some on the brush. Feels really good. You know what? I might actually do my whole face with this because I like the way it feels. Yeah, I really like the way that put that on my skin, so I'm going to go ahead and just, oh, that's too much foundation. I'm just going to go ahead and finish off with the brush. So the brush really put the foundation on really well, and I put 2 pumps on this, and I didn't even use half of that. So I feel like this really dispersed the product really nice and evenly, and a lot of times brushes don't, like, it emphasizes my pores for whatever reason, and the Beauty Blender doesn't. But this one didn't do that, and I really like the way it felt on my skin, and it went super fast. But I am going to take my damp Beauty Blender and pick up anything that might be sitting on the skin, because that's how you end up cakey and creasy. So I'm just going to pick up anything that might be left. And the foundation is definitely full coverage. It looks nice so far. It didn't cling to any of the dry patches, that's for sure. Just to note, I did have my moisturizer, primers, and everything. I used Skin Refine Zone and Makeup Forever smoothing right in here like I always do. So far so good, but yes, this is definitely my winter shade. I'll probably pick up another shade. They didn't have all of them out. They just grabbed 3, 4, and 5 for me so that I could see like the differences between those. So when they come out, I'll probably really dig into them and see which one I want to grab for my bronziness. So in reference, I'm normally an NC20, so I would say shade 3 is an NC20 in MAC. Okay, I also have a new concealer to try out. So I've tried the Born This Way and I've tried the Kat Von D. Love the Kat Von D one. The Born This Way, to me, like everyone keeps saying, oh, I'll use this on my natural days. To me, that says it's gonna sit in your drawer and you're not gonna use it, and I'm not about that life. So I'm gonna try something else. This is the Smashbox Studio Skin Concealer, and it is 24-hour waterproof. And I got this in the shade Light. It's starting to thunder. It storms all the time right now. I don't even know what's going on. Okay, so the lady at Smashbox was like, put it on and then go ahead and blend it out. She said, you can't do one eye, go to the other, and then come back and forth. She said, make sure you go ahead and blend it out. So I'm just going to listen to her and do that. impressions, I think this actually looks pretty good underneath the eyes. I would say it's kind of in between the consistency of the Naked Skin and the Bare Mineral. So a little bit more fluidity to it than the Naked Skin, but more coverage than the not Bare Minerals, than the Born This Way. It wouldn't be me if I didn't spit out the wrong thing, you know. That's what you come to my videos for, really, is to see my inability to talk. Let's face it. Nothing new here. I'm just using Diffused Light from Hourglass to set this. And then I'm going to move on to a new powder that you guys have been begging me to try. And I didn't try it because it's flippin' pink and I am yellow. But I got it for you. Okay, so the powder I'm talking about is the Lancome Absolue powder, and this is Absolute Golden. You guys are freaking out because Jaclyn Hill did it, and I understand because Jaclyn Hill is amazing and she has the power over all of us. However, this is pink. It's not golden, and when I watched her video, no shade. This is not any shade. This is just an observation. Even she looked a little pink after using this, so I kind of was like, I don't want to use it. And she said that there's only one shade that was radiant, so I was like, well, I'm not going to bother. But I checked it out, and there's 2 shades that's radiant. So we've got the golden, and this one is Peche or Peche, something like that. I actually like this one better. I already know I like this one, but I'm going to set my face with this and see how pink I get. Let's pray to the gods, to the makeup gods, that I don't end up looking really, really pink. Okay. See guys, that's pink. We're gonna try it out. Okay, so I love this brush. Like, it's my favorite brush in my collection, and I use it for bronzer. Yeah, I totally bought another one for powder. It's my birthday month. Okay, I got a little on my brush, and I'm going to just tap, 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 and then buff it in. You can't see it on camera, but, or I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I look pink. Whew, Lord. I mean, it's not terrible, but I look pink. No, I lied. It's terrible. I can't stand it. I hate it like this. I don't know if I'll like it a little bit better, like, on, like, to finish. I don't know. I don't know about this powder. I might try to use it as like that buffing technique and see if it changes my mind later. Right now, I don't like this. I'm going to go back over it with this one whenever I'm done. I don't like it. I'm sorry, I got to try and do something about this now because I do not like it. So I'm going to take a little bit or a lot of my La Mer powder and try and calm it down some. I guess I'm just going to deal with it with the time being, and I'm going to put on some bronzer. And so this one's not new. This is just Give Me Sun bronzer from MAC. Okay, so next first impressions is the Goof Proof Brow Pencil from Benefit. The packaging is so cute. It just looks like a magic wand. And one side we've got the pencil, which is like a short, smaller version of the definer from Anastasia, which I love. And then a spoolie. I'm going to go do this off camera because the situation right here doesn't work out for me. So I'm going to do my brows and I'll tell you guys what I think about it when I get back. First impressions on this brow pencil. Super good. Works really well. I like it. But it's not Anastasia, so I'm definitely going to use it up. I won't take it back. I think it's a really, really great pencil, but I just like the consistency of the Anastasia one better. This is still great. Okay, I'm going to pop some blush on, and I know I'm going to be doing kind of like a red eye, so I'm going to use Gingerly Shoot Me. So this is MAC Gingerly. Okay, now usually this is where I would have taken my La Mer powder or the Sicily one and gone over and buffed everything out. But I'm going to show you guys the Lancome Absolute powder in Peche or Peche. And I'm just going to dust a little bit of this on. I feel like I have a ton of powder on my face right now, so I'm going to go in with Fix Plus right after. This color to me is much, much better. My forehead is super shiny though, and that's because I have so many radiant powders on. That looks a million times better. I am still a little like reflective right here, but it's mainly because of the lights and it's like the bam. But I don't know, I feel like I should dust that away a little bit. I'm gonna take just a tiny, tiny bit of my MAC Invisible Set Powder and just dust a little over top of this. It's still shiny. Whatever, I'm just gonna deal with it. Okay, someone snapped me this picture, and so I decided to buy the palette, and then when I got there I found this as well. I wanted to recreate the eye look. I might not be exact because I tend to go overboard with this kind of thing, but I just get excited. So I thought, why not try some Chanel things, because honestly I've never bought anything from Chanel. So I got the, whatever this says, this is the palette, and it is a quad. What color are you? So this is the palette right here. I love the shades in there. Everybody knows that I love like bronzy, orangey, red eyes. Like I love it. So I'm going to use this guy. I'm going to pop these things out because I don't use those ever. I'm going to use a highlight shade from this palette just because there's nothing really light in that one. And this is just drawing a blanc. So I'm putting this up at my brow arch. Honestly, the soft ochre paint pot probably would have sufficed, but I like to really set my paint pot so I know it's not going to go anywhere. Now I'm going to go in with that lightest shade on a 217, and I'm going to use this as a transition shade. So I'm going to start in the crease and work upward. These blend out really nicely. Like it's really smooth too. That's the last thing I need is a Chanel addiction. Oh my God. Oh. Now I'm going to go in with the second shade right beside it, same brush, and going directly into the crease just to create a little bit of dimension. So I'm just going to work it back and forth. And yeah, I'm loving these shadows. I'm not even going to lie. I'm loving them. And I'm just going to make sure it's connected right here on this outer corner and back and forth. Yep. Loving it. NARS pencil brush, and I'm going to grab that same shade I just used, and I'm going to pop it underneath the lash line. Dragging it down too, because I'm going to smoke out this eye for sure. I feel like the guy at Chanel said something about this being the best formulated palette he's ever seen though, so I don't know if they're all the same. But he definitely loved this one, and with good reason. Like this, I love these shadows. Can you tell I like the shadows or no? I'm going back in with the same 217. I'm going to grab the red shade, kind of not on the tip of the brush, but on the side of the brush. And I'm going to do a wash of color all over the lid. Look, I mean, I'm using a 217, which just blends stuff out, and look how pigmented that is. Oh my God. Like I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. NARS pencil brush with that red shade and going right up against the lash line. And now for the thing I am the most excited about, Rouge Brule number 128. And this is kind of like a cream shadow, but it's a little bit more powdery. Oh, this is so pretty. I played with it in the store. I was like, had no intentions of getting this. Mine. All right, I'm going to grab a MAC 252 and I'm going to grab some of this. Ooh. And I'm just going to pop this on the center of the lid and start blending out. Oh my God. Ugh. I love that red eyes is becoming a thing. Like, it's a thing and it's amazing. Back in with my NARS brush, and I'm going to apply it underneath the lash line as well. It's kind of like a moussey formula. If you ever had like the MAC Electric Cool shadows, it's kind of like that. Now in the photograph, she had no false lashes on. She just had mascara and it looked a little bit more like edgy, more avant-garde looking. So it's kind of what I want to try here and see how that works out. If I hate it, I'll put lashes on. But as of right now, I'm going to try just doing mascara, and this is the MAC Insta Curl Lash. Okay guys, so I absolutely had to put lashes on. Like I tried, but I couldn't. It's like my safety blanket, so they just have to be there. Hopefully Latisse will make it to where my lashes are nice and pretty and I won't have to wear them all the time, but as of right now, I'm wearing lashes. And I put on number 11 from Kiss. And then I finished off my lips, and I used these two products from The Balm. And this is the Meet Matte Hues Liquid Lipstick in Honest. And I let that dry, and then I put this gloss over top. And this is Read My Lips gloss in the color Ka-Bang. And I did all this off camera because honestly, I've been off camera for almost 2 hours waiting for it to quit storming. It was like storm, another storm, and another storm. They just kept hitting, and I was like, you know, I don't want all the thunder and all the lightning, and my power went out, and it was like pouring. So I tried to like let all that pass. So foundation still looks good after 2 hours. But speaking of that, let's talk about all the products that I mentioned and that I used in the video, and I will tell you how I feel about them right now as a first impression. So the very first thing is the new Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. I don't feel this on my skin, and it's been on for a while, so I don't feel it on my skin. It looks great. I look more radiant right now, but that's probably because I have 3 pounds of radiant powder on. I do think it's more of a matte finish had I not had all of that going on. So far I do like this, and I probably will pick up a darker shade for my current self and then use this once I'm a little bit lighter. The Artis brush, and I want to thank Kelsey for this brush because she got it for me for my birthday. She always gives me like the coolest stuff, probably because I'm right there picking it out. I was like, the brush. It's so weird because like I can completely just like say, no, I don't need something until it's in front of my face and I have my hands on it, then I need it. Like I've been avoiding this brush for forever, and then I needed it, and Kelsey got it for me. So thank you, Kelsey. And yes, I can see myself actually using this a lot. So we'll see if I do, but first impressions, it laid down the foundation really nice. It was really fast, and it's really, really densely packed and soft. So first impressions on this is I actually really like it, and I'm surprised by that. Oh, I don't even want to talk about this because I feel bad, but the Lancome Absolue powders. I love this one, the lighter of the two in Peche or Peche. I think it's Peche. I've probably said that a million times, but I think it's Peche. I love this one. However, the golden one that's really pink, I know already I do not like this to set my foundation. I just do not like it. It even grabbed onto some of my breakouts that were covered up by the foundation and made them pink and made them even more noticeable. So that was really irritating. And then of course I turned a little bit pink. I don't know if that translated on camera, but I 100%, I tell you, especially if I'd gone out in sunlight, it would have been like, okay, your foundation doesn't match, but really it did. So what I plan on doing with this is seeing if I do my whole routine and then use this at the end to buff everything out, if it looks better that way. But I will let you guys know how I end up feeling about this because this powder is 60 bucks and I am going to take it back if I don't like it. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm keeping this one, but this one, I just don't know how I feel about it. So yeah. These two things were like the highlight of the video for me. For my first impressions, all the things that I tried, I am obsessed. These are going in my my July favorites for sure. This quad right here, oh my lord, I love the formula of these shadows. I know when I use a shadow whether I like it or not, and I love these. And then the color and the pigmentation and the texture on this guy, yes. Like I don't want to buy typical shades. Like I'm not going to buy a bronzy shade because I have 10 million bronzy shades, but this was unique and I really, really enjoy it. I almost forgot about the concealer. So the Smashbox concealer, so far so good. I'm not creasing, I don't look cakey, so I knew right off the bat that I didn't like the Born This Way one, but this one I think I might actually like. I don't like it as much as the Kat Von D first impression, I don't, but it seems like it's going to be a good concealer, and if it's waterproof, I can definitely put that to very good use. The brow pencil, this is a very good brow pencil. Like, honestly, if I didn't already completely love the Anastasia ones, then I can definitely see myself using this, but This one's a little bit more waxy, so I like the texture of the Anastasia one better, but this is still a great pencil. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't see anything else here, so I'm just going to say, yeah, those are my opinions on these new products that I have. They're just first impressions. Sometimes those change, and if they do, I will tell you guys down in the bottom description box if my opinions did change. So anywho, if you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!